Hmm. All right, hey, we're at it. We're live. We got a bunch of people in here already. Karis City Cucumbers, Mark Sauve, Matthew Ward, also known as Sixth Street Garage. Welcome, Josh Homan. How you doing? Hey, let's get this started. Like I always get this started. Here we go. And then here's the challenge of burnouts for distance. All right. So I feel better now. How about you? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday night. Holiday weekend coming up for us all. It's all chaos here. Chaos here in warm weather. Robert Meyer, what's going on? Yeah, YouTube's got some weird stuff going on. Hello. KJ Kylie's here. What's going on, buddy? Thanks. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, that was probably pretty loud. Sorry. And Johnny C, what's going on? Yeah, holiday weekend. We got people actually starting to. We have our big event. Are you here for the big event, sir? Well, yes, we are. The big event around here, meaning this house, is Saturday. So my screen look like I'm Batman Vision here. Okay, it's mostly straight. Yeah, Saturday's the big event, and people start filing in actually tonight from points far and away. We'll have a bunch of people here, not as many as last year, which is okay, because last year it was chaos. This year will just be bedlam, so that's acceptable. We'll take bedlam, and it's all going to be good. And let's see what else we got going on. Oh, we finally broke down, because as I've been babbling about for the last couple weeks. Ordered my Caltrax for the Ranger to prevent it from, because when you get in it hard into the boost, it rear wheel steers the car hard to the left. And oh wow, let's see. Starbug, Canva, yeah, tracking information. Will the camera adjust? But yep. They'll be here Friday. They're coming from, of course, they're in Lancaster, California. So on a slow UPS truck from California. Oh, and that ruined my camera. Come on back, camera. Come on back. There you go. Auto adjust. Okay, and you're working on it. You'll get there. All right, here we go. So looking forward to that. I have a big inkling that the rear leaf spring bushings, the front bushings, the ones that matter, are completely shot. And that's why when it gets real hard, even though I have those under-red bars on it now that are hanging on for dear life with the added boost, it still goes super hard to the left. So the way the Caltrax work, if you don't know, you take the springs out, you take out the original factory rubber bushing, which it's from '86, so it's shot, right? And then you install it's a steel, it's a thick steel sleeve that takes the place of the bushing. There's another steel sleeve that goes in there that you grease up, so that's, you got steel on steel movement, because it's not for driving around to the grocery store. And your bolt goes through that, so it's kind of, it pivots, and that'll positively locate the rear end a lot better all by itself. Not to mention you're not going to have the springs doing the hoopty dance. This weekend I'm going to go out and I'm going to film, and I'll show you all what I'm talking about with this, because the under-ride bars that are on there, they worked for the original, when I got the truck in its original form with its, mild 350 Chevy and 100 shot. when it was really up in the RPMs, it would pull a little bit to the left. Then I put this LS motor in it on low boost, and once it got into the boost at higher speeds, it would pull left, but it was manageable. Okay. Now that I've turned up the dry shot and the boost on, I pretty much doubled the boost. Once the boost hits the whole thing, it'll like change lanes. So it was 100% unsafe. So I'm just gonna go underneath there. I'm gonna cut off all that old stuff, and I'll show you all this. Hopefully, I get to film this Sunday, maybe Monday. Because like I said, we got all kinds of people in town. I can't be out there having fun in the garage with people in the house. And hoping for positive results. So, that being said, let's get people popping in here to the comments. Ordered plans to build Caltracs. I never finished them, but the plans were accurate, even though they weren't from Caltrac. Like a guy said, I can't duplicate trails, but I can sell the plans. Yeah, it's not. Caltracs aren't rocket science, okay? In the 60s, before there were Caltracs, Shelby had on the G250s and a few Cougars and stuff like that, they had what was called an underride bar. Basically, it sat on you took your lower spring perch, which also is the shock perch, and you welded two tabs to it, and you had a bar that was adjustable, and the bar end went past the point where the leaf spring bolted into the car up into the frame, and you bolted that to the frame, and that would keep the rear end from twisting. And it was, some were adjustable, some weren't, but it will also keep the car very, very straight. They work wonderful. But they're not really adjustable for when you have really high horsepower and you got, a lot of stuff happening really, really quick. They're fantastic for the street. The last set I had on the Cougar, where that thing hit so hard it would hurt your neck. But the Caltracs, I'm kind of excited about. They're a little pricey for what you get, I think. You're paying a lot for the name and the advertising and all their sponsorship of all the races, but they're already paid for. So, yeah, to build them. 11 viewers, 8 likes. Hit the button. Don't be a stick in the mud. That's right. Don't be a stick in the mud. Shadow Ops. Will the sell make it ride like hell? KJ. It's not really driven on the street. So just like anything else, you give up some, you give up some comfort for some performance. There may be a little bit more NVH to it. So, yes. Paul Bruno. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Robert Lawrence. What's going on, buddy? And Mark Sauvé. You also said the slide links as well and a few others. Yeah, same concept. So I'm hoping that it will be okay. LT Tolman probably had him on his truck. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people had him. I mean, guys with, 8-second leaf spring quarter-mile cars have them on them. So for my 7-second, 8-mile truck, I think they'll probably be okay. Anyone started Christmas shopping? I think we're done. Because we have everybody here for Thanksgiving because they all travel down here. Because I got a sister that lives in the state, and some live up north, some out west, and all over. Somebody comes here, so we see everybody now. So next month we just chill out and let the months slide by. Mexican Spec is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you being here. Not yet. Bah humbug. Correct check real people with nature. Yeah, they work. Um, can you duplicate them yourself by going to um, with some? You can if you had a lathe and a bunch of time and some parts from Tractor Supply, but with tax and shipping and everything, they're about $500, which I think is a little excessive for what you get. But everything's expensive right now, so I have my Christmas to me will be in January. Get a steering wheel out to everyone. That's pretty much done. Yep. Robert Lawrence says, no, not yet. Got to save some money. Good evening to all. Hey, Josh Hoban. More here in Canada. Okay. So we got that all going on. With the dragster that we're working on, it has, and now it kind of makes sense. And I'll go back on this whole story. Because on those Top Fuel dragsters, they just had rear brakes. All right, there's no front brakes because it's little tiny tires and they wouldn't do anything but lock up and just cause mayhem. So you got rear brakes. Engine slow you down, pull the handle, the brakes engage. Now these had a vintage set of, they look like they were reconditioned, restored, reconditioned, who knows, of Earhart brakes. AIRHEART brakes. And in these Earhart brakes, for pads, they use round pucks. And each caliper has 4, so a total of 8 of these round pucks you need to make this brake system work. Well, when we took the brakes apart, we had about 5 of the 8 that we needed. So we needed to get 3 of these pucks for this vintage Earhart brake calipers. Okay. Earhart brakes got, and they were part of Holley at one time, and not Holley. They were part of Hurst at one time, and anyway, there's a company in Minnesota that had bought them out many years ago, Tool Max or whatever. I talked to them later today. Real nice people in Minnesota. And these are the pucks. They're the 175s. Now you can get these pucks in 150, 160, 2-inch, but the 175 is the ones that they use for these vintage dragsters because that's just because what fit in these calipers, right? Well, nobody, including Jesus, has any of these brake pads. I called them, and they're like, "No, we discontinued any parts in that for those calipers. They have some caliper pistons and stuff still laying around, stuff like that. But any type of pad, they discontinued in 19, and they have 0. eBay has 0. Speedway has 0. I called TBM. I called Hawk. I called Willwood. Nobody has these. I've been looking for these for a couple weeks. All right. So I think we're going to have to switch to a different brake system, which I have to talk to Jeff about that because, for one, it's a restored, error correct vintage dragster. Now, do we try and find another set of calipers and adapters and brackets and all that kind of stuff for that, another arrow with a different type of caliper on it? Or do we go to a more modern disc brake setup for the rear, which is probably going to have the minimum drilled rotors. Some of those are the wavy rotors. It's a more modern looking caliper. It's just not going to. And then even though they all say they'll fit a 15-inch wheel, but these are, you've seen the rear wheels on these magnesium wheels, which are like $3,000 a piece. These we have to make it all fit with them too. So I got to get with Jeff and see which direction he wants to go with all that, and then see what he wants to buy for that, so we can get the rear brakes all plumbed in and stuff like that for this. So I've been dealing with that also. Okay. What am I missing in comments here? Looks like a bunch. Okay, XFA, Shadow Ops. Granddad's Junk, what's going on, buddy? Mine dual piston front wheeler, 6,400 pound system, yeah. What do you get answers back from clients on the vehicle so I can go get one? Okay. Granddad. Truck requires 17 inches or longer, 16s won't fit. Yeah, there's a specific, and it's on my other laptop, kit that I think we can get away with that will take a 15-inch wheel. So, and the whole thing's like, it was like only like $800. It wasn't that big a deal. And that's rotors and calipers and pads and, everything and all the brackets. So I have to double verify. It looks like a BPO. It's an 8 3/4 with a end flange from like a Buick Pontiac Olds, which was popular back in the day. I have to verify that because a big Ford bearing is, the bolt pattern's very, 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 very close. So I have to go back over there, tear all this bullshit apart again, which is a pain in the ass. Pull the axle back out. Measure this flange. So we make sure we order the right shit. So, and that's another day wasted on that car. Better learn how to roll your own. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but I don't know much. Got some projection lights into my house today, but my daughter house owner complained about them. It was very special to my wife. She's not happy. Oh, okay. It runs. Jerry Vadden. Jerry Vadden's here. Hello, Jerry Vadden. Excuse me. I got the coughs tonight, so excuse me, guys. Fran Schraver. Would a place that relines commercial truck brakes be able to help you out? But might not be much if you need backing plate for your brake pads. No, they're actually just, there's no backing plate to them. They're just round pucks that are recessed on the inside, and they insert and they ride dead up on the piston. So they're just, it's like a donut. It's a round, more like a donut hole. It's just a round puck that sits in there. And they're ones that are close in size, but I'm not going to use anything that's close on a car that can do 200 miles an hour with just rear brakes. So no. So I would almost, like to go with a more modern system, but it is a nostalgia dragster. It should look right. That's the problem. Paul Bruno, it's starting to rain in Murfreesboro. Yeah, I just got back from the store myself, Paul Bruno. And I'm in Murfreesboro, and it is just starting to drizzle. So you are correct, sir. It was a nice day today, though. It was felt like 80 degrees outside. It was fantastic. You may want to check if they still allow magnesium wheels. All the Traxxons say are combustible. Chances are we're going to race this place where they're not going to really tech inspect the vehicle too much. Say if we go out to like Etheridge or something like that, they're not. You pay the $20 to run, and they're okay. Hi, Landon Custom Classics. We're both bouncing around. Landon's here. Did I miss him? Oh yeah, here he is. What's going on, buddy? How you been, man? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Scoop. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Scoop. Mark Sauvé. I have to sleep with my wife, who isn't in very good mood at the moment. Okay. They allow electric cars to run on tracks. They're combustible. That's right. And they combust at 4,000 degrees, which is a lot hotter than what magnesium burns at. So even though magnesium is very bright when it burns, if you've ever been out in the mid 80s in the deserts of California, it had a bonfire with a bunch of people with a bunch of alleged beer and things like that. And they had a bonfire, and some guy shows up with an old Volkswagen magnesium case for a Volkswagen Beetle and throws that on the fire. Instant daylight for many, many hours. Big fun. You should do it. Jerry says it's 51 degrees in green hell. Roll your own brake calipers. Oh, okay, yeah. 51 degrees in, Green Hell, Wisconsin. Paul, yeah, it was great here. Yeah, lithium, yeah, you have to basically suffocate it, and that doesn't even really work. Ben Ruff found out Friday I have cancer. Landon, that sucks. Hope you pull through, buddy. You can beat it. You can tell her to sleep on the couch. I don't think that's going to work. Nathan McCree. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We don't have a couch. Not enough room. Go sleep in the chair. Sleep in the silly chair. I think they caught it pretty early waiting to see a specialist. Okay. Well, that's good news. KJ kindly. Is Kiwi still working on the Cougar Fastback? No, he is not. The owner of the Cougar Fastback, I believe, put that project on hold for an unknown reason. And no, it's not in his shop anymore. No, that went back to the owner's house for an undetermined amount of time. It was a cool project. He's knocking out a couple of his long-term projects. He's getting ready to wrap stuff up. So. Oh, but anybody making any long trips for the weekend? That's one good thing. Territory, Abel, what's going on, buddy? Glad you're here, man. How's life in California treating you? We had like that kind of weather here. It was like 80 degrees and low humidity today. It was just fantastic. It was just nice out. It felt like 80. I don't know what it actually was, but it was real nice. I was outside cleaning and leaves, and so that's probably why I can't breathe tonight. But that's probably why I'm coughing too. But house is all cleaned up. Everything looks good, and that's one good thing about having everybody at the house. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to drive 12 hours to grandma's because we're grandpa and grandma now. So la 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 la. Territory. That was a nice day today, working on my belated father's 250 interior. Nice. Mexican spec. So here's what's going to happen in the next few days around here. I myself have to work Tuesday and Wednesday. There's some people coming into town tonight, so they'll probably come over tomorrow. A bunch of other people show up Wednesday. Thursday, well, who knows Yahtzee, what's going on there, because most of the stuff around here is closed, but we'll have everybody in town except for, I think my sister's coming in just Saturday for the day. She's not too far away. And so it should be good. Should be plenty of activities and stuff like that. It's supposed to cool off here quite a bit, which is, I think the same thing happened last year too. It was real warm a couple days before, and then that weekend of it was terrible. So we'll see. Oh, hey, forgot that Monday. It was Monday. Okay, shit. I'm good, brother. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. What Black Friday deal are you eyeing? Nothing really. I bought a set of Caltrax for the Ranger. They'll be here Friday, so I got those, but I don't really need anything. No, I don't. Not really needing anything. We were at Lowe's the other day. And this is interesting. And they had a row of these things back to back. So there's 20, 30, 40 of these things. They were, it was like an 8-drawer rolling toolbox, counter height, wood top, black, red, pink. I think maybe green. And they were like $448. That was a pretty smoking deal. I really could. I don't need it. I don't need it, but it would be nice to have. So I could organize like all the welding and body shop tools and stuff like that into that, because I got stuff stuffed in different toolboxes and drawers and cabinets, and have all that. Have like a fabrication toolbox, I guess is the best way to put it. And I could that would free up my main toolbox with all the grinders and sawzalls, and I got a smaller shitty toolbox that I can keep all my welding stuff in. I could clean that out, get all organized, have a nice just fabrication toolbox. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But if I was going to get anything, it would be something like that. Pass the torch to my daughter for all the big family get-togethers. To have it at her house now. Yay! Yeah, we're in that everybody comes by us thing now. Is having turkey on Thursday? I don't know. It's a good question. A lot of people are not. I sold because a big trend. The big trend many years ago was to deep fry turkey. So of course, we got to do that. So I went out and I bought the big fryer. I think it was at Walmart, and the peanut oil and stuff like that. And we tried that 1 year, maybe 2 years. And it worked, but it was like, then you still got, everybody's done eating, you still got 20 pounds of carcass, that you have to deal with turkey. So it just, so it basically, long story short, it sat in the main house garage in the corner for 4 or 5 years. And then we finally put it in a marketplace like last week and sold it. And it went like that because I sold it cheap just to get rid of it. And it was in like new condition. So enough turkey. I'd rather have some nice ham. If you want to have turkey, just get a turkey breast and cut it up. And whoever wants it, they can have it. Stuff like that. It's not worth the mess. Do any relatives take interest in your projects? Maybe a film crew would work for you for this weekend. Passing interest, no. Well, yeah, one or two of them do. Okay. But for the most part, no, and I don't think I can get away with bringing in the garage all day Friday after my suspension comes in. So just do it by myself next week. It's not that big a deal. Robert Meyer, I'm not needing anything either. Need to get rid of stuff. So do I. I'm probably going to have a big marketplace sale starting next Monday between then and Christmas for a lot of that's in my garage. I got Mustang parts. I got Mopar parts. I got LS parts. I got Ford 6-cylinder parts. I got turbo parts. I got turbos. I got exhausts and mufflers. I got a freaking turbo 350 transmission. I got a built turbo 350, a built AOD, boxes and boxes of AOD bands and sun discs and all that kind of stuff to go get rid of all this shit. And yeah, and I would really like to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I'm with you, Robert. And the same thing. Just need to get rid of stuff. We always have turkey on Thanksgiving, and it's nice if you don't. It's nice to have it, and with the cranberry and potatoes, it tastes okay. I just don't like dealing with the aftermath of the carcass. Johnny C says, "Hey Max, Scoop. I'm panic scrolling Facebook. Decided on a truck, and I think it's gone. Damn! I hate when that happens. I missed out. Oh, I missed out on that El Camino last week. Pissed me off. But that's a whole nother story." Robert Lawrence says, "I could use a big toolbox." Yeah. That's never a bad thing. Are you like Tony claiming that they don't need new projects that proceeds the following weekend to be bitten by marketplace? Of course. Yep, I almost did it, I think, twice already. Even though I'm saying no. So yeah, I really missed out on that 71 El Camino. But probably better that I don't have it. What are you going to do? Nobody does turkeys until Christmas. I'm getting 2 roasted chickens. There you go. Do you have any turbo parts? Yes. What do you need, sir? I got T3 to T4 adapters. I have a couple turbos. I got intercoolers. I have intercooler piping. I got probably wastegates. I know I got blowout valves. All kinds of stuff. We used to have turkey on Christmas, then switched to ham and roast beef. That's very English of you, sir. But also pretty good. I understand it. Robert Meyer. Okay, change that. I don't need anything. I could use a big toolbox too. I have all my tools spread over 4 smaller toolboxes. Yeah, my main box is pretty decent sized. I could just need more storage to get all the miscellaneous crap out of it. So I can actually use it for just tools. Shaved deli ham is the only ham I like. You should try. You get yourself a ham, right? Not like a whole ham, but like the little half football size hams, right? That are pre-sliced and stuff like that. And you put that in like a Pyrex dish, and you get yourself some pineapple in a can and dump it on there. And then you can go that, or you can use a little Coca-Cola too. But let that slow cook. Let that ham slow cook in that Pyrex, in that pineapple juice for 3-4 hours. take it out and it's freaking lovely. You can put a little honey in there too if you want. But that's that's good stuff that way. Think about it. Just thinking about it, not telling you what to do, but think about it. We'll surely need a tuner. It still isn't happening, but somewhat still there. It seemed to happen under heavy braking. It didn't die though. Oh, okay. Have you ever missed that sandblast cabinet? Nope. There's a few El Caminos in LA's offer up. One or two of them might have been my old ones. I'll have to take a look at that. Because I had quite a few when I lived out there. Well, not quite a few. Okay, like 6. Right? But that's why I want another one. It's, misspent youth and all that, the bottom cabinet for my toolbox can't be wider than 36, so maybe 42 max. These were, I don't know, check out Lowe's because it's a hell of a deal. And they were like U.S. General or something like that boxes. They weren't 100% crap Taiwanese. You have a turbo kit. You have a turbo kit that would be a lower boost for my 6-cylinder. No. But we can put one together for you. That's easy. Speaking of suspension parts, I got my special order rear coil springs for my Eaton for my Galaxie 500. Dr. Art, anyone around here that has a lift that wants to make a little extra money? I got a lift, but it's a 4-post. So it's a drive-on lift. Eaton True track, so it's going to be 8 or 9 inch, so the center section has to come out. We got to pull the axles out. Special order rear coil springs from Eaton for my. Yeah, I mean, get a hold of me, Paul. Send me an email, and we'll communicate offline about it. But yeah, I got no problem. You want to come on over and slam the rear springs in? We can put it up on the 4-post, get underneath it. Those are easy. And especially since my first car was a 68 Galaxie, but it was a convertible, an XL. So yeah, anytime. Send me an email. We'll talk offline about it. Stuff like that. Who is emailing me anyway? We'll call you tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right. Turbo parts, not turtle parts. How about a 4L80? No, I don't have a 4L80. Anything for 2 projects. Blow through turbo setup, and I want to play with making an electric turbo. The electric turbo things are getting better by the by the quarter here. Some of them aren't really too shabby at this point. But I think the stuff you might need a little bit smaller turbo than what I need, but we could talk about that. I will buy electronics on market plates. Engines must be verifiable with a breaker bar, bore scope, valve cover removal. I took the pan off mine, that last small block that I sold. I'm like, here you go. Yeah, it seems like you can never have enough tool storage, which is correct. Ham steaks, brown sugar, and pineapple bake. Yes, yes, sir. Chef, yes, that's exactly. Oh, change your mind. Slap your mama, like they say. And Scoop is saying things in Arabic. Build me a turbo kit for my 200. You still got that 200? Damn it, I forgot about the pineapple. Yeah. I like the 71 72 and the 67. I am with you, sir, but 71 72 definitely. I actually like those better than the 70s. I like the single big headlight versus the 4 in the front. If you're going to get the 4 in the front, you need it to be a Chevelle. I like the early 64 65. I had a couple of those, and they're just about, they're a good size. They're kind of squared off, so they're cool. You lower them a little bit, and they're just a cool, real basic, just rudimentary car. They're fantastic. So I'd like one of them too, but I'd also like to find a Cobra, and Lowe's has scratch and dent sales on toolboxes too. Yeah, something you could do. 4-drawer cart. If they made a 6-drawer cart, I'd be stoked. Check and see what they got, because there were some pretty good deals on it. Do it. Okay. I prefer the Sports Roof XL to the convertible. Boo. Yeah, the Sport Roof is cool, but you have to keep in mind that the convertible was my first car. Well, first car was allowed to drive legally. And the kind of independence you get as a 16-year-old, hauling ass out the driveway for the first time on your own in your convertible, it's pretty freaking cool. Love that car. It was a total piece of shit, but I love that car. I go find it in a junkyard today and bring it home if it was a thing. But that car's long gone. I had a 63.5 XL in Arizona. I would have kept it if it was a 64. Yeah. Fun with Cars. Hello, everyone. Fun with Cars he's been really into this carbon fiber thing. And then I'm wondering if they did ding you at all for, the red content, which YouTube may have thought was blood. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, pan removal. Okay, I missed the content on that one too. These are really easy to do. Support the car, undo the rear shocks, lower the rear axle. The links hold it. Take out the springs by hand. Yep. Easy. Like I said, send me an email. You want to bring it over. You get it done in an hour. You'll be good to go. Fun with Cars. You got a good crowd here. Yeah, all these people are fantastic. They're the best of the best. It's like a secret club of cool that we all have going on Monday night. So it's pretty good. Of a convertible, Honda top roofs are much cleaner. Although when the tops are down, they're super cool. 67 Malibu. Yes. How's the channel doing after the hacking? Recovering? It's doing okay. Now, I've been talking about, we've been texting and emailing back and forth. Tim Halstead over at Drag Boss Garage, he got hacked by the same people, it sounds like. But here's the difference. He was able to get his channel back because what happened with the people that hacked into my YouTube channel, and this is all just what I'm guessing at, right? So here you go. It's a story. My Google AdSense, and Google AdSense is what pays you for your YouTube. The passwords to that were different than my Gmail or my YouTube channel. So they were able to get into my Gmail, able to get into my YouTube, but they couldn't get into my AdSense. So what happened after they had hacked my channel, I still got paid for that month, right? Even though they took it over and were selling Bitcoin at 2 in the morning and stuff like that. But when they figured out they weren't going to make any money off my channel, they just took it offline. The channel itself, all the videos and stuff, just click, hit delete, eviscerated, gone. So recovering that channel, it's not going to happen. It's gone. See you, bye. Right? But with Tim, he had his Gmail and his, this is what I'm getting from us going texting back and forth and stuff like that. His email and his YouTube and his AdSense were all one password. So they're able to change his AdSense so they would get the money. So they kept his channel up and alive and rolling. It took him about a month of being up every night till 2 in the morning to get his channel back. I was not that. He had a bigger audience and he made more, he was doing better than I was. But through persistence and just persistence and just the insane drudgery you have to go through to get your channel back with YouTube, he's able to get it back, and I'm happy for him. He's recover his email, his channel, his AdSense, all that kind of stuff. So good for him. And that's why they didn't just wipe out his channel, because they were making money on it up until the day he took it back. And he was able to save his channel. Mine was not that lucky. So lucky that I get paid for that last month? Yeah, but that's the reason they just took the channel completely down and killed it, because it was useless to them. Really, they couldn't make any money on it. And if they did make any money on it, it would have went to me, which would have been cool. If they would have kept going and didn't realize it and started, making all this money off their channel, and I get these big checks for no reason, that'd have been really cool. It didn't happen. So we're starting over. I'm going at it slow. It's a weird time of year for me for this and family and all kinds of stuff. So we'll get it a little bit more in December. Hopefully be monetized by January, I would think. And then we'll just build it back. The big thing that I was missing is all the folks that came to the channel for tunes, that got a hold of me through the YouTube channel and got a hold of me on my email for tunes and stuff like that. And that little side business of tuning, it was a fun little side thing, made pretty good money at it. I charged hardly nothing, cheaper than anybody. But I lost all that. And all the people that I previously helped had the old email. So they reach out and try to get a hold of me. They get a hold of, German, Russian, whoever guy has got it now, Egypt, whatever the hell it is. Still can't get that email back, which is very frustrating. But now that I was able to recreate some of those videos, recover a couple of them, these tunes are starting to roll in again and stuff like that. So I was making this much off YouTube videos and kind of this much off tuning. So the tuning I'm more worried about, and everything like that else. The YouTube itself, that can take its own course. Okay, he says he'll be in touch. Okay, Robert Meyer, Harbor Freight has 6-drawer cart. I own one. There you go. My 64 number was nice and small, boxy. Love that cart. Yeah, kind of the same era. Kind of square, flat glass, stuff like that. Cool. Yes, the urban interior gets destroyed on convertibles. They have had to. I've had too many. Yeah, the carpet goes to shit, stuff like that. But it was okay. Jerry says, "Yep." U.S. General has 5, but I need a 6. I also own a 7-drawer Coronet cart. Anyone think it's a good idea to buy a 37 Dodge sedan barn find for $800? Everyone thinks that's a good idea. Don't even hesitate. Go get it. You need that car. You need that car. You need that car in your life. Unless it's just a complete rusty piece of shit. 37 Dodge is still pretty cool. You know, you can make a cool hot rod out of it. And you have the talent to make stuff. So I would say yes. I had a 1969 XL Sports Roof 429 2-barrel. The rebuilt engine was very nice. Yep. I've had like 20 Galaxies. So I got a 5-speed 8-inch rear end out of a 70s Comet for that 6-cylinder. There you go. You make a go-kart, Jerry. Or take two of your motorcycles and weld them together and put the 6-cylinder in the middle. That would be cool. And build a big frame for the rear axle out back, so you'd be sitting on the motorcycle, but the motorcycle doesn't have an engine or rear like tire, but it's got the front tires that you steer with that are linked up side to side, so you can put one person over here. It's like a 2-seater, like a twin cockpit type thing, with the engine in between the middle of you. With a big long lever to shift the 5-speed. Boom, 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 you know, clutch, boom, 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 and the rear end out back. And well, you can weld a frame. You've done it. That would be cool. Visualize. Fun that you see. Even people on the other side of the world say it's a good idea. So you need to go get that car. Yeah, 66 Galaxy for a little while. Yeah, top down is fun. Yep. Take it. 64 Galaxy Dash 9 is incredible. I own a 4-door hardtop. Yep. The taillights are cool too. I'm a noob, LOL. Justin Justin Packernow. Sorry if I butchered your name, sir. Hi there, all good to see you. Even Dr. Art. Good to see you too, buddy. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Need more details on the 37 barge find. Yeah, here comes Robert. And who else would be into that? Who else? Who am I thinking? Robert, and I'm going through comments. Robert Meyer. Somebody else. It's eluding me right now, which is dumb. It should roll right off my tongue. But Robert Lawrence, yes. Problem is Robert Meyer and Robert Lawrence. There it is. Both those guys. Problem was the cart they fill up with crap. Yeah. Is the 37 Dodge complete? That 346 iron engine was my first personal buy for this truck that sees the 293. Oh, okay. Everyone loves a comeback story. That's right. You got to be the underdog guy from behind, the unwilling hero of the bunch. That's right. I wish you could get yours back. Me too, but you have to let it go. It'll freaking ruin you. And it's in 100 years from now when everyone here is dead. Who gives a shit? Robert Lawrence, yes, they do. They try to limit the cart to basic. I use 90% of the time. I have thought about using a second cart to throw in all the other BS on. Yeah, that's my problem. My big box is holds a lot of bullshit. It's unmolested mostly. Oh, for $800, you go get the thing. Call the guy now. Call him now. Call him now. Tell him you'll be there in the morning. Call up work. Tell him to go eat shit. You're going to go pick up a car. Dr. Art, you need to do a video with Tony that would talk about you needing subs. That is how you grew last time. Just asking the lives won't do much. The lives are for entertainment, mine and yours. This is the fun part of YouTube. videos and everything else like that. That's all the work. This is the fun part. We've talked about it enough on the lives, so it is what it is. It's okay. Just had to have it cheap enough. Yep. Stephen Bunky Bird coming in late. Good to see you. Good to see you too, sir. Glad you could be here. Like, ooh, it looks pretty good, the style. Yep. It was cool seeing a 350 trike. Okay. The flex would be insane. Oh, go-kart. Yeah, that's right. It'd be fantastic. Think of anyway. Without planning in all the convertibles for next year, 71 LTD, 69 Grand Marquis, 74 Delta 88, 72 Cougar. It just worked out that way. Yeah, they attack monetized channels. Yep. And I just hit like 10,000 subs, and it was painful, but it's done. Next, 25 years ago, I had a 68 Galaxy 500 convertible. Yep, same car. Factory AC, yep. Originally owned by Hertz, rent a car in San Francisco. Really? Mine was that like green color. They painted everything the lighter green. I painted it white, put keystones on it, stuff like that. But yeah, that car was great. Big bench seat, big 390, rose tires for decade, forever. It was fantastic fun. I emailed you the actual car. Okay. 6-drawer cart for my job using a 4-drawer. Yeah. Or I could do bar finds on my own property. That's fun. Go back there and go, hey, I forgot about this one. How many subs did you have on your hack channel? I just went over 10,000 like a couple weeks before, so 10,500, somewhere in there, between 10 and 11,000. It was quite an effort to get there, but I could copy that again. I just don't have the effort in me right now to do it. I know how to do it now, so it's much easier, but what are you going to do? Grow would also be an issue. Yeah, but that's okay. Hey, check this out, ETH. Okay. I think less work than a Rambler American. That's right. Yeah. Check this out. I found a T-bucket with a twin carb mid-tunnel ram with a 3.8 liter. Really? Send it to me, sir. Send it to me in the next few minutes, and we'll share it with the group here because we're running out of time quickly tonight. Tonight flew by, guys. So, there's the email, boys and girls. Go ahead and questions, comments, concerns, put them in below, hit the like button, do all that kind of stuff. Go watch one of the videos, go watch one of the shorts. You're all subbed here. If you're not, when you're sitting around, here's the mission for all 37 of you. When you're sitting around Thanksgiving table, go, you know what? I got something completely off the wall to talk about. And you tell them, hey, turn on YouTube, search for Dr. R. Tot Rod Rehab, watch one of his videos, and then sub to him. And then go to Midnight Speed Labs and buy a t-shirt. It'd be great. I think I sent you the link for that Dodge. Okay. Did you email it or did you send it to me directly on my, because I didn't get a text. And don't have any new emails, but I'll take a look for it. I'll wait for it to show up. It may take a minute to get from you to me. My dad is the only car man besides me. Yeah, that's okay. You could tell your dad, Dad, hey, guess what? This guy, and you could bring him on next Monday. Email. Okay, I get it. I don't have your number. I'll send you my number once I get the email. Yep, wanted just for the engine. I didn't buy it. It was junk. Okay. Mopar K don't play. Hey, I'm about to pull out of my driveway, but I'm going to listen. Well, Mopar K, we're about to wrap up. But thank you, dear, for popping in. And I appreciate you being here. And go ahead and rewind this episode and listen to the whole thing. It's quite entertaining. You and Uncle Tony are making your favorite stovetop stuffing on Wednesday night, right? We'll see if I could pull off Wednesday night. I may have a house full of people that I, may want to see. From Currency K. From the cars, surely will. I appreciate that. And that's going to be it for tonight, boys and girls. Appreciate every one of you being here. Makes Monday nights go fast. This 1 hour is a highlight of Monday because, Mondays aren't always that great, but Monday Night Central from 7 to 8 p.m. is fantastic. So thanks for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Happy Thanksgiving. Say hi to all your family. Hope everybody's festive and well. And we'll talk to you next week. See ya.